Years ago, your favorite cars YouTubers like COOLection TV, World of Cars Entertainment, the CarsShifter, Disney Docket, and more looked up to this one man, COOLection. He was the go-to guy when it came to anything Pixar Cars, such as any brand new releases. We all followed in his footsteps and ended up growing our audiences to what we have now. It's been several years with reviews being a thing in our community, and nowadays it has gotten, well, too repetitive. This raises the question, are Pixar Cars Diecast Reviews dying or not? Well, I sadly think that's a yes, and they are on a gradual decrease in people's interest. Why so? Well, you really see nothing unique nowadays. Back then with Little Harky, he used to do skits in the beginning with the car he would review, and after the skit, get into the content. He found a way to hook a viewer in and keep them on. I mean, I can tell with the crazy support he was pulling in when he posted, and I believe you can too. COOLection TV didn't do too much different with the typical reviews, but he did have a custom-made car as the host for every video by the name of Henry Motor Coupe. He would also have went through quite a bit of different remodelings throughout the years. I kind of stole his idea with the whole video host thing, but instead of a custom car, I used the Rescue Squad Trooper diecast, named them Juan out of nowhere, and then I switched to Sheriff. Talking about COOLection TV, he did give some intake on this topic. He believes that they are dying for one, Mattel being really bad in releasing new cars. Like, get to working, Mattel, what are you thinking? But the second reason is because repetition of each review. Now let me explain this real fast. So basically, it's the same thing being done every video, just with a different car. If you want to stand out, you have to make practically every review unique from your last. COOLection TV shared his own format, and even thinks that if you do the same thing all the time, people might get bored and eventually zone out. He pointed out that COOLection did review things fairly differently, but now in 2022, the attention span of a normal person might not really do it for future success. The CarsShifter also gave his own insights, starting with an analogy of McDonald's and Burger King. There is something called knockoff brands, and he claims that people do not want to see those types. Some will think that if someone can be famous off of this, then I can too. Sometimes it works out, but yet, in reality, it doesn't. At the end of the day, your viewer wants a well-established brand or channel, in this case on YouTube, and not some knockoff of some other YouTuber. Me personally, I can vouch for this. I was even criticized when I started off YouTube as a kid for trying to copy COOLection. And yes, of course, I was a fanboy, and I'll completely admit to that, okay? Give me some slack. World of Cars Entertainment points out that COOLection did do something we probably never did. In all honesty, I never realized this myself. He would have somewhat of an Easter egg in each of his videos, obviously showing off the car that he was going to review in the video, but other upcoming reviews in the future, such as featuring them in the background. He would also show his diecast on playsets or an interesting background related to the character. That just shows how unique he was, and I believe he had good audience retention back in those times. Now, just because I told you about this does not mean you can go and copy him. Just think back to what the CarsShifter said about rip-off brands. So yes, I think that diecast reviews are in fact dying, and the only way we can keep going at it on our channel with good success is to find a unique way for every video to grab a viewer's attention. Because in 2022, I tell you, that's hard, but it's not impossible. I used to do short vlogs related to cars in the beginning of my previous videos, as I did see Little Harky with his skits. I think it was a small fun way in the past, but now I don't think it'll do that well. Now the question is, do you yourself watching this video think diecast reviews are dying? Let me know in a comment below, and let's start a conversation down there.